real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're joining me from. Thank y'all so much for stopping by again today. I'm truly grateful. Shout out to the NTZ crew. I see you, Michael Beat Your Life. There's Jacob Chanje. Thank y'all, man, so much. Also, my regulars. I see you on here, Skeptical Sorcerer, Derek Casanaras, and anybody that's joining us on the replay, and any new viewers and new subscribers. We got a good one today, and I got it from my question that I placed on my community page. Can a Filipina love you for you and your money? And I got some interesting answers out of that, but let's talk about that today, because it's really, so you're going to be surprised at some stuff that we talk about today. See, everybody says they think they know the answer, but before we get started, the exchange rate is 55.52. Still excellent. Don't ever complain, guys. As long as that thing stays over 50, we're winning. Also, this is just to show you that on this chat, man, on this live stream, man, we're way above the curve now. A federal appeals court dismissed the challenge to Connecticut's policy of allowing transgender girls to compete in high school sports. The lawsuit was brought by 4 girls who said it was unfair to have to compete against essentially men. Now, y'all know we were just talking about this the other day. So America has officially gone crazy. And to the guy who said, oh, you're reaching, when I said in the not too distant future, you'll be able to marry your pet over there. You'll see, because they think it's okay for high school boys to compete with high school girls. Crazy, man. But I just wanted to put that out there. Now, the results of my survey said 74% of you said yes, she can love you and your money. 16% says either or, but not both. And then 10% said no. The 16% were the only ones telling the truth. 74% of you are lying. You're lying to yourself, because any psychologist worth his couch will tell you how the mind of the Western man works. And you can look this up if you want to. We always think it's either or. And you do too, especially when you come to the Philippines. You don't think, oh, she loves me for me and my money. See, the woman, it's no big deal to her. She can love you. She never even thinks about it, really. She can love you and your money, because that's how women think. But it's either one or the other, guys, with us, especially in the beginning, and especially over here in the Philippines. It's just something that we're not sure of. We're unsure of, and it takes a while to work that out. Now, with the woman over here, Filipinas now, it's the other woman. See, she doesn't worry about money and real love. It's always the other woman syndrome. Because, see, the Filipina knows how she met you online. And she knows how easy it is for you to go back online, go back to that same dating site and find somebody younger and prettier. So that's where her doubt comes in. So it's like a tug of war in the beginning. Mutual suspicion on both sides and mistrust. And a lot of relationships go to the wayside because of that. because she, from the beginning, she's going to do everything she can to try to convince you that she's really there for you. And then you're always going to be trying to show her and prove to her she's the only one. But for you guys who said that you think that she can do both, man, you're lying, man. You know we don't think that way, especially when you come to the Philippines. Jacob Chauncey said, good morning and good evening, Brother Cal and the Sunshine Crew. If you're anything like me over here in the Philippines, in the beginning, when you first meet a woman, that's what's at the forefront of your mind. You know, because you say, hey, why would this beautiful young woman want to be with me? You know, I'm well past my prime and everything like that. I got man boobs. You know, my eye, I done dyed my eyebrows, and, you know, but here this woman is next to me. You know, we're always thinking that way. Every time you pay a bill or buy something or build something, you get that uneasy feeling in your stomach, man. It takes a while to get rid of that. You don't come over here with that, though. Okay? Now, let's see. Michael B. says, my answer to the 64,000 questions, it's an exchange. I value a woman's beauty and companionship, and she values a high-quality lifestyle. We're both trading for and receiving exactly what we want. Well, that's not – I didn't ask that, Michael B., but that's a, you know, good answer, but that's not what I asked you. Does she love me or my money? See, because that's what we're thinking. It's one or the other in our mind. It takes a while, you know, but it's back and forth, you know, especially in the beginning, man. You know, woman's working hard to erase any doubt you have that she doesn't just want you for your money, but really she doesn't understand your problem. You know, her love and your money go hand in hand to the Filipina. Okay, but to us, it's one or the other. What's up, Luis Martinez? But it's that mutual suspicion and mistrust in the beginning, man. A lot of relationships can't withstand that. That money rules the world. Happy holiday. And then you get to a point where you really don't care. That's where I am. But in the beginning, yeah, guys, let's be honest with ourselves. It's one or the other. Because, you know, being in love alone, it's a sad situation to find yourself in. And I think that's one thing that scares us. And, you know, I was reading that book, Private Dancer. I'm finished with it, by the way. And anybody in the Philippines who wants to read the book, you can read it. Because Michael gave it to me. It's such a great book, but you have to read it. If you're a reader, I'll let you read it. You know, the Thai people, the women are like, why does the American man, you know, he always wants to hear that, I love you, and then he always says it. She says the Thai man just does it. He doesn't worry about that. You know, but we seem to think that everything works over here the way it works at home, but it doesn't. We're different, man. We always want to hear that I love you. So they tell them that. What's up, Jam Silver? No, I didn't. 40 Acre said, did you hear what happened to Kit and Clark? No, what happened? Tell us about that. What's up, Mitch? What's going on, Marcus? He said, I'm finally retiring next year, man. I know. I hope you got a plan, Philip. Because a lot of people, they jump off that hamster wheel without a plan, and they end up stagnating at home and dying, man. We're programmed to work our whole lives. No one tells you that there's another option. There's other options. What's up, Sam? Yeah, I know you one of the regulars, brother. He says, I'm one of those regulars going on 2 years in a month or so. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Marcus Simmons. I met a lot of good guys, man, at that meet and greet. It really did turn out good. And that guy says, one guy in the comment says, "Oh, y'all should have just gave the guy the $150. We take money too seriously." And I had to remind him that self-preservation is rule number one over here when you're 8,000 miles away. I mean, under normal circumstances, we would have helped him. But he was lying. He gave everybody he talked to a different story. And then if you want to send Justin, I'm pretty sure Justin knows the guy. If you want to send him the $150 guy, go ahead. And Justin would, you can trust him to pass that on. Hey, Quintessential One, thank you for that super chat. Say, you're Dr. Calvin, you have earned your PhD over there. Man, I come from the school of hard knocks over here, brother. And my mistakes have become my secrets that I share with y'all. Because everything I talk about, I've done. So I've made the mistakes for you. No, I don't have a website for my hotel. I don't have a hotel. I just have a guest house. And if you're ever in the area, just give me, a couple of days heads up, and we'll get it ready for you. You can stay there. But yeah, there's no hotel or anything like that. But yeah, that mutual suspicion and that mistrust, it's a double-edged sword, man, that I'm going to tell you, it gets a lot of couples over here. But if you're able to kind of wait that out and see what you got, man, you can really get over that. I've been with Marilyn, it'll be 4 years in May. I've already answered that question for myself. I'm not going to ask her, but I've answered it for myself. Philip Crane said, Cal, you're doing everything we wish we could do. Man, thank you, brother. It took a lot of planning for me, 4 years, as a matter of fact. And Gabe, he's flying out from Zamboanga to Manila today. Then they're leaving for the States on Wednesday. So yeah, it's a bittersweet day for me today. TJ Johnson says, the Peach of Life, what up, buddy? I'm out here chilling. Didn't get to go to dim sum place yet. Going to slide there tonight or tomorrow, based on if we see Calvin. Yeah, man, I had to break the bad news, man. I won't be there today. We can't get anybody for Booby. And then we're invited, TJ, to Cebu for sure on Friday. Roy Jones says, some idiot comment you shouldn't have vlogged about that panhandle. I'm glad you did. Yeah. And see, it's funny you can bring this up. I'm going to vlog about what I want to vlog about. People don't understand what a vlog is. My vlog is just a video diary, really, of what I'm seeing in my life. And I thought it was something I'm going to vlog about. Nobody's going to tell me what to vlog about. If you didn't like it, just keep going. But I thought it was important because I'm going to tell you something, Michael. I'm glad Michael didn't fall for that. You got to know, because remember, we're building a community. So you got that in your mind. You come over here and you see some guy who looks normal, right? He says, oh, man, gives you the sob story. You're fresh off the plane. You're in a great spirit. You done let your guard down. And there you are. You have $150. You never see the guy before. I mean, you never see him anymore. I've loaned guys money before. They never paid me back. But, it's on them. But, no, he's not going to tell me what I'm going to vlog about. I thought it was something that when I was at that meet and greet, I didn't bring my gimbal or anything. I didn't plan on doing any vlogging, and I didn't. But that doesn't mean my eyes and ears aren't open. I didn't see anything else that stuck out to me to vlog, really. I mean, people say, well, why didn't you interview any of them guys? Well, I mean, they already got their channels. You already know them. We share the same pool of followers, really. So it's not like we could move the crowd just not 1 inch. You know, if I would have interviewed Paul, you know Paul. Or if he would have interviewed me, you know me. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, you know, I said, hell, this jumped out at me. Look at this clown going around trying to, you know, like people are stupid. But no, he ain't gonna tell me what to vlog about. It's just a diary, guys. Y'all take this stuff too serious. I wish somebody was on here doing this when I was thinking about coming over here when I first got here, but nobody was. Nobody was really talking to me. So when I start talking about my life and giving you the nitty gritty, I've seen other channels start to do it. Oh yeah, brother. But don't be surprised if we head that way, because, as a matter of fact, one of my subscribers, W, he wants me to call him W. He's in Davao right now. John Gomez said, "Did you meet Greg and Wilma?" I did, and they're a great couple. And he's got a good woman there, man. They're building just an unbelievable house, man. I mean, it's all glass, and you know, he showed me the pictures and everything. You know, and they're from New York, and I said, "Well, how much would something like this cost you in New York?" He couldn't even, you know, you just saw his expression. But they've been together for 22 years. She's been in America for 28 years, but you can't tell it. She still looks good. You know, and they just look happy. They just look like a happy couple, man. Parker Witter says, why would they do that? They don't want to do that. They want to catch you on the wheel same way. I don't understand what you're saying. Make that a little bit clearer. Yeah, I just thought that, see, you hear about that going on up in Manila. As a matter of fact, believe it or not, and I won't say any names, but Spurgeon Wright Jr., who went with me on the way on the bus, he told me, he said, one of those bloggers there that was there, I'm not going to say any name, tried to get him to invest in some type of Bitcoin thing or something with high returns. And I was shocked. I was like, he said, yeah, I just told him nicely, man, I'm not interested. So Spurgeon had already put that in my head. So when I get there and I see this guy, I didn't even know. They told me this. I wasn't there 5 minutes. He said, Calvin, be careful with this guy over here. He's going around with a sob story asking everybody for money. He wouldn't have did that at my meet and greet. I gave him something to eat and politely asked him to leave. He was harassing people. 40 acres. Yeah, I'm wondering what happened to Filipino lipstick. They haven't made any videos lately. Yeah, well, what is he talking about? I'm thinking something happened to him. What happened? That's what he's asking. Yeah, he says, Sunshine, I'm thinking of retirement. I don't want to go back to Jamaica right now. You know what I mean? I got a couple of Filipinos on the line. I got a couple of them in Canada, but they're different over here. I know they're different. Yeah, I wouldn't want to deal with a Filipina overseas, anywhere overseas, even if she's OFW. I want her in a natural environment. Yeah, he said, Lonnie Franklin said, maybe mission accomplished. The right guy with the right combo of manners and bank balance came along. Life comes at you fast. But yeah, guys, you know, that's a question we all come over here. We're all unsure about. Does she love me or my money? We're never really sure. It takes a while for us to really know. And what you can, the thing that you absolutely don't want to do is fall before she does. Yeah. You know, being in love alone, man, it's just a sad situation, guys. But 74% of you said, yeah, she can do it. you're dreaming, man, and you know that that's not what you're thinking, especially over here with the reputation women have. Even though I tell you that it's really not a reputation, a good one, it's not true. Okay. Yeah. But I kind of figured this out, guys, okay? Filipino Lipstick turned out to be owned and scripted by the channel owner. They talk about it in a video that they were paid before being monetized for their videos. Yeah, see, didn't I tell you that she was trying to be too professional? She was watching her words. Look, I've been over here on and off for 14 years. I know what, when you talk to a Filipino, how they talk, their mannerisms. She was just too, you could tell she had already been around foreigners and stuff like that. But yeah, that's sad, man. That something like that happens, because me and Merlin were talking about it last night, that Filipino vloggers, they have the inside track. They just don't, they're just afraid to talk about what they really should talk about. They're ashamed, a lot of them are. RLV says, for those landing in Manila, expect more traffic. Wow. How can they have any more traffic than what's already there, RLV? Has that low pressure left the area, RLV? He said, money, looks, and sex can destroy any relationship. And he says, brainwave relaxation says, I came in late, Cal. The answer to the 64,000 is both. That's not what psychologists say. They say that Western men with us is either or in the beginning. We don't say, yeah, she can do both. I know it's the politically correct answer, but in your mind, you're not thinking that in the beginning. She loves you and your money. She can, yeah, she will over here. But that's not what we're thinking. See, when I ask you, does she love me or my money, you're not going to say both. If you do, you're delusional. But the truth is she can, and they usually do. They put them it goes hand in hand. They don't even have a second thought about it. They're worrying about the other woman because they know how easy it was for him to meet her. So it's always going to be the other woman, even when it's not. They know how easy it is over here to get online and just, meet somebody else. Because most of them women online, even the good ones, man, they'll be on there for a long, long time before they ever meet anybody, really. A long time. Some girls never meet anybody. So when you go on there, you have a little knowledge about what to do on there, man. You can have a field day. I could make an account today and be with somebody tonight. That's how easy it is. But is it really easy? Or is it a trap? Luke Rogers says, don't fall in love before she does. Yeah, that's anywhere, though. You don't want to do that. Because, man, could that be trouble? Yeah, lots of good women. Yep, time is the great healer and revealer. Yeah, you have to give it time. We don't give it time. Look at my buddy James. He came over here and married a woman. He don't know what he's got, guys. As much as I respect James, he has no clue as to what he's got. He says, so they have a benefactor, no big deal. Yeah. All they were doing was going out interviewing women. Now, you got, I think it's a Filipino wanderer. Then you got, let me see, there's a new one. Damn, what's the name of that? Me and Merlin saw it last night. Filipina something. and she's doing the same thing. But her first video I saw was my cousin is a single mom who wants to meet a foreigner. And I'm like, wow, because that's what got us talking about it last night. I said, Marilyn, if I made videos like that, they would deport me because they would say I'm human trafficking or I was running an illegal dating site. See, I did those interviews in the beginning because I was naive. I didn't know any better. But I would never do that, really. So he's saying, was the channel a sham? I haven't heard from him. Hey, Mr. ETH Cash, you're a good man with a good character. Keep the good job, boots on the ground. Thank you, brother. Yeah, but see you're on the edge. You're thinking like the woman. You don't think like the woman. Yeah, the woman, she can do it both. She does do both. Because to her, it's no big deal. But in your mind, it's either or. And you know I'm telling the truth. You're not coming into the relationship that, yeah. In our man, yeah, she loves us for me. And then whatever I build, buy, or whatever bill I pay, that's because I love her. I'm doing it on my own. So we'll justify it like that. But you know, you come into the relationship, how does she really love me? It's always an either or question. With the woman, yeah, they can do it. They're not thinking about that. They're thinking about the other woman. It's you guys you're not listening to my question. He says a trade-off. Well, it is, I guess. But that's not what we're talking about. We're saying when we come over here and we meet the woman, the question that's going on in our mind is, does she love me or my money? David G says, just never married a woman in the Philippines. Why? What's wrong with that? Hey, RV says no more low pressure. Good. But cool, cloudy weather here in Manila. You know, it's cloudy here. We haven't really had that real hot weather, but it's coming, man. It's coming. The rainy season's about over with. Hey, Michael Onstead, thanks for that super chat. Wow, is this you, man? You look different. But this is Michael Onstead, guys, the one I was telling y'all about on my video the other day when single and retired in the Philippines, and I was saying about even if you add your health insurance in there, because he gave me a quote, and I brought him up. I wasn't endorsing him. It's just because he helps a lot of expats over here with their insurance needs. That's what he does. I'm retired. He's not. 30-something years in the business. But here he is, and he's got a website. I think it's a Facebook health insurance in the Philippines. And he helps a lot of people, man. And, you know, you very seldom do you see any bad reviews on him. But, yeah, thanks, Michael, for that. And he'll tell you, it's not your money that pays for your insurance. It's it pays for it, but it's not what buys your health insurance. Better to get it while you're healthy. Frank Moses says, should I fly into Cebu or Manila or somewhere else coming from the U.S.? Just my humble opinion, I would say fly into Cebu. Manila is just a beehive, man. It's just dealing with all that you have to deal with, especially a new guy, a new visitor coming to the Philippines with the traffic, with the taxis, with everything. I'd say flying to Cebu, you just get a warmer welcome, man, you know. Hey, Arvo Hedrick, thanks for that super chat, brother. He said, Calvin, my wife truly loves me for who I am. After our daughter's recent health issues, her family offered to help and ease the financial burden. I was speechless. My wife expects me to man up as provide and protect her, plain and simple. Absolutely. Now, you know that right now, okay, Orville, and our sincere prayers are going out for your daughter. She's got a rare blood disease or something, and I know she had needed some blood transfusions. You said that everything's been it's good right now. No real bad news. But thank you, brother. Yeah, he's been a long time supporter. Well, the woman doesn't even think about that because, yeah, she can love you and your money. It's not something they even think about, but it's something we think about. All men think about that. That's why I put the question up there. Okay, thanks, Greg. He said, "What's up, Cal? I'm coming in late, but thanks for all the advice, man. Gold." Hey, I appreciate you, brother. I hope you got that bank account straightened out. Everybody, but 74% of y'all said she can do both. We don't think like that. I'm sorry. Men don't think like that. So you're not telling the truth. The 16% said either or, but not both. They were telling the truth. The 10% that said no, they don't have a clue. Really. Sam Chapman says, an old Navy buddy of mine, very well off, just got married for the first time 2 years ago, age 61, had $1 million in his 401k. Wife does not know to this day his net worth. And that's really a good thing. But I know the reason he doesn't tell her is because he wants her to love him. He wants her to love him and not his money. He's got that either or, Sam, going on in his mind. Because if he thought like the woman, he wouldn't worry about it. Macton Marber said there's a guy that found out while he was in the Philippines, he won $1 million, returned back to Salem, Virginia, got the money, and returned to the Philippines to find a wife. Bad move. Well, why would it be a bad move when his money's going to go further over here? He said, Cal, if you were single and would you date a woman who lived in a no-go region? Well, I did that before. I dated my wife who lived in Zamboanga. That's a no. They tell you don't go there. But what she did, Kamal, she met me in Cebu. And that's what I would tell anybody. I say, hey, look, it just depends, if she lived somewhere like, okay, I've got a friend. I consider him a friend. We've been Facebook friends for years. And, we chat back and forth. He's married to a Filipina. She's from Holo Salud. He don't, and when they come to the Philippines, him and his son, they got 2 sons, they stay in Zamboanga. And the wife goes to Holo Salud. He's never been back there with her. Ever. And that's what I would do. I would tell, if she lived in somewhere like Basilan or Tawi Tawi somewhere, you'd have to meet me in Zamboanga or meet me in Cebu, Manila. And then we'd have to negotiate then. Larry Lindsay said, what do you think about women in the Philippines that have kids with us foreigners? I don't understand the question, Larry, because, it takes 2 to tango. I don't understand. I do know that once the relationship breaks off, it can get, the woman's going to want to control everything. Now, see, Dana, he's telling the truth. This is the way we think, guys. He's thinking it's either the money or love. He's not saying both, because that's how men think. If you were broke, she would choose a Filipino man. Once she gets to know you, she'll choose to love you. Maybe. But that's how we think. I've already told you that the woman doesn't even think about that, really. Vince said, Unc, in my opinion, just give her an amount that's not going to hurt your pockets, 5,000 or less, so that question won't matter about love or money. Secondly, rule number one, mixed with playing the game helps also. I think y'all missing the point. When we go into a relationship, this is a question that men ponder. We're unsure about it. And it's different lengths of how long you think about it, depending on who you are and how your relationship is going. But when you go into the relationship, we're thinking it's either or. The woman thinks it's both. She can think that it's both, but we don't. The woman's thinking about the other woman. You're thinking about, does she love me for me or my money? So the woman in the beginning, she's going to do everything she can to prove to you that she loves you. She wants you to erase any doubt in your mind that she's with you for the money. What she wants to know is, are you faithful? Is she the only one? So then you're going to do everything you can to let her know. So what's the first thing we do? We close the online account because she knows how easy it is for you to go back on there and meet somebody else. But see, that's always going to be there until it gets to the point where she says, well, I don't have anything to lose. If you want to leave, go ahead. I've got the house. I got money in the bank. The kids is taken care of. So if you want to go out there and get somebody else, go ahead. But in the beginning, that's what they're thinking about. It's that double-edged sword, guys, in the beginning. It's that game of tug of war we play over here. That mutual, what's the word? That mutual suspicion and mistrust. That's the double-edged sword, guys. Yeah, R was a good guy. He's a great guy, really. And I couldn't imagine. See, I was telling him because we chat doing the email and on Messenger all the time. And I told him, I said, I've been where he is. My daughter's 24 now, but she had 2 operations before she was 2. One of them was to remove she had an extra finger growing out of her hand. I made my wife at the time get that off. She wasn't going to do it. Oh, it's no big deal. I said, bullshit, it is. The kids are going to mess with her when she gets in school. I made her get that removed. My daughter don't even remember. And then she had some type of sleep apnea going on, and they had to do some type of test. But when you see these little tiny kids going into the hospital, tubes and all that tied up, inserted in them and all that, man, it's just something that you don't want to experience, man. So my heart goes out to Auburn. What's going on, Harvey? Thanks for that super chat. He said, I'm missing Cebu. Would love to have things way slower than here in the States. People still have souls and sit and smell the flowers. Man, you guys, y'all in my brain because this is what I was talking about with it was either Mike or Spurgeon. I can't remember which one, but I said, man, the Philippines is my style. It fits the pace of this place. Is me. That's why I settled here. Some people, they like Thailand. Some people like the United States. The pace of the Philippines is to my liking, man. I'm slow like that. I've slowed way down. And that's why I can live here. That's why I enjoy living here. I don't have to be bouncing around everywhere. And I don't care if they don't have the best infrastructure and all that, man. Just give me a nice beach with clear water and soft, powdery sand and a good book, man, and I'm straight, man. I've dreamed of living here. This was a dream of mine. I visualized this probably since I was around 10 years old. Now I'm living it. Yeah, and this is what eventually happens, Clarence. Good point here. He said, like you said before, Cal, shut up and play the game. It takes us a while to do that, though. But eventually we do, because eventually we feel we know her well enough. We got enough out of the relationship. And, we've got to hold on to the bills we're paying, what we're buying, and what we're building. And so you sit back and say, well, I don't care. Like right now, I've got it so good. I don't care. Would it surprise me if Marilyn had another Filipino boyfriend out there? It wouldn't surprise me. And I wouldn't care. Because I could be single, man, because I know all I got to do if I really want to need company is go on a dating site. See, I didn't set those dating sites up. Some genius did that. And I know how to play the game. I'll make it look like it's all about her when I know it's all about me. Okay, says D7 says, Cal, new to your channel. Welcome. He said, but I don't understand. These women sound just like U.S. women. It's my benefit. That is my benefit simply that's cheaper. But they're not. They're not like American women at all. Are they women? Yeah. But they're nothing like American women. That's why we like them. It's something different, really. That's really all it is, D7. You're going to have different problems. But anything, we'll take anything versus what we're getting over there. W Secrets of Success blog said, Cal, trust me when I say that I love my money more than she does. Yeah. But it's an either or with us. That's all. And then, it's just something that we have to get comfortable with. Hey, Ken and Lynn, Canuck Summers Pinoy winners. Wow, that's a perfect combination. He says, your 50 square meter build inspired us. We're almost done. Our 60 square meter home on Cebu. Walls are about 50%. Yeah, you don't need a whole lot over here, really. Who was I talking to? They were in my house. And they said, man, I think it was W. I think it was you when I told you. I said, I just didn't need that much. When you come in, him and Mike were here together. You got my living room and dining room together. It's just one big space. Then you got the bedroom, my bedroom where I'm in now, the kids' bedroom, and the bathroom. You got a little small hallway. That's all we need. Now, our third bedroom and second bath is the guest house, essentially. When somebody's in there, I just go over here and use the bathroom now. Reg Jam Rock says, check the latest vlog from Chad Foster Explorers. He interviewed a 71-year-old planning to take a 19-year-old Filipino from Lady to the U.S. The Filipino looked disinterested, like she was having second thoughts. Yeah, that's a red flag. 71 and 19. Wow. Now, I'm going to tell you something. The biggest one that I've seen, the biggest age gap that I've seen that worked out, and I hope this guy's still alive. He was 81 when I met him. He was, let me think. I think he was 58, and his woman was 19 when they met. No. He was, 58, and she was 18. And this was before online dating. They were pen pals, so they exchanged a couple of letters. He came over here, and he went back and started the process. But they were still together. Let's see, what that would be. He was 81, so let me take, she was 18, she was 45, so it would have been 27. So yeah, he would have been 54, and she was 18. That's still crazy, to be honest with you. Jay Tom says, so much focus on the woman you don't have yet. Focus on you. If she comes along, she has to fit in with you and show by behavior that she's worth keeping around. Yeah, that's true. But that's not really what we're talking about, because we're talking about we already have the woman. We already have her. "20 years left. What's going on?" He says, I wouldn't go to the Philippines with $1 million in hand. Well, he didn't come here with $1 million in hand, because you can only come over here with 10,000 cash, guys. John was crazy because John didn't know better. John he was going through his divorce first time he came to the Philippines. So he went and withdrew all his money out of the bank, $110,000, guys. It was so funny when he told me this, because I know John. I know he did it. And he wrapped it in magazines and put it in his luggage and came over here to the Philippines with that. Ended up going back with it. And I said, man, you're crazy. But yeah, guys, don't do that. You can only bring 10,000 over here without declaring it. And then when you just don't want to go through all that, leave it in your bank. Draw it out a little bit at a time or whatever it is you want to do. But don't try to bring all that money over here. Yeah, he didn't bring $1 million over here. There's no way he did. They would still be questioning him already. Hey, TJ Johnson, thanks for that super chat. He says, I hear that she don't love me, line, but isn't that anyone? How often do you date someone and immediately fall in love? For me, it takes months of understanding and communicating to maybe get to that. You know, that's true, but see, that's not what we're saying. We're talking about what goes through our minds, what men are thinking when we meet a woman, especially over here. Does she love me or my money? Or does she like me or my money? I mean, you just got to be honest, TJ, when you see these beautiful women and they're with you with the reputation the Filipinos have. If somebody's watching me right now that has a Filipino wife or girlfriend that they've been with for a while, and you can tell me that never crossed your mind, man, you're rare. It's just the way we think. It's just the way we think, guys. Thanks, IBEB Radio, for that super sticker. It's just the way we think, because we're unsure, and it takes a while. And she's going to try her best to prove to you that she loves you. She's going to do everything possible. But it's nothing she can do, really. It's going to be you. You're going to have to, ride the wave for a little while, and then to the point where you feel comfortable and say, well, I don't give a damn. We've been together long enough. So, when you pay the bill, because the first time you pay the bill or you buy something or you build something, man, that uneasy feeling is going to be in the pit of your stomach. Yeah, you can bring 10,000 to the country legally, yeah. Anything over there, you got to declare it. And I just wouldn't take that chance. I wouldn't, you just want to come here, go through immigration, and then get on your way. You don't want any problems like that. And bringing more money than you can legally bring into the country is just a way to increase the odds of you getting stopped by immigration and getting in trouble. He said, hey, Calvin, got any plans today in Cebu? We were coming today, but it looks like it's going to be Friday. We were going to meet up and go to that Abaca for some chicken and waffles. So if you're in Cebu, if you've never tried this place, Abaca, A-B-A-C-A, it's on the ground floor in Ayala on the outside. It's delicious, man. The best I've ever had. And the portions are so big, I'm going to tell you how good it is. The waffle's big, it's thick. I didn't think Merlin was going to eat it. Merlin ate every bit of it. She couldn't finish all the chicken, but that waffle she did. Yeah, he says, I remember John saying that. It was funny. Clarence Wilkinson, that crossed my mind at first, to be honest, when I first came here, and it took me 2 years to really make sure she's the one. It's just how we think, guys. It's a $64,000 question. Some people can't get past it. It's that double-edged sword. It's that mutual suspicion. She suspects you of being with somebody else. You suspect her of just being with you for the financial support you have. And a lot of us can't get over that hurdle. But if you hang around with her enough and she hangs around with you enough, you get to know each other, you can get through that. He says, why do you want to carry around 500,000? Yeah, I don't get it either. I think the most I've ever brought over here at one time, and it was mostly hundreds and 20s. I didn't have any 50s. It was about $3,500, and I'll never do it again. I don't even know why I did it. Mr. Quacker said I took 20,000 US. Wow, plus 2,000 dirhams. What's dirhams? Yeah, the chicken and waffles is delicious over there. Michael B said, money is the bait on my hook and looks is the bait on her hook. Well, see, I think y'all turning this into something else, which is okay. It's your vlog of why you're together. That's not what we're saying. We're not saying why you're together. Okay, from the UAE. I think that's what most people, because if you look under that survey on my community page, one guy even said it. He bore witness to what I was saying. He said, no, Calvin, you worded that wrong. He said, you should have said, or. Can she love me or my money? No. But you're right, because that's the way we think. We think it's either or, but we don't think it's both. Thanks, Ed Roach, for that super sticker. That's my almost cousin. And that's about right. This is about right. 1 to 2,000 when you first get off the plane. But now, because you have the 18, that way you won't, because either way it goes, when you exchange, you're gonna lose a little bit in the exchange anyway. So I don't even bring that much. I didn't bring that much when I came in 2018. I had 17,000 on my debit card, but I only think I had something like 1,400 or something like that. What's up, Dan? He said, Calvin, what's the name of that place where you ate chicken and waffles? I'm going to Cebu on Tuesday. I'm going to be looking for some place to eat. Abaca, A-B-A-C-A. And they've got other stuff too, but that's what you want to try, the chicken waffles. They give you 2 big, tender chicken breasts on top of this big waffle. And they pour gravy over top of the chicken and the sausage and gravy over top of the chicken and the waffle. Then they give you this big thing of maple syrup. Now, normally in the Philippines, they don't give you enough maple syrup when you order a waffle or pancake, but this one they do. It's delicious, man. It really is. He says she loves your pension. Bill Daly says, married in the Philippines and found out that the wife has someone else. Wow. No divorce in the Philippines, nothing I can do after 12 years. Well, you can get a divorce, Bill. She can't. But you can. I just had a subscriber who went over to Guam. Just get her to sign the divorce, go over to Guam, wait 7 days, and file your divorce. But you can get a divorce. She can't. He says Abaca is also on Grab Food and Food Panda if you find yourself outside of a comfortable trip over. It's delicious, man. It's delicious. It's the best I've ever had. I would talk to a lawyer here, but I'm pretty sure you can get a divorce. You can. Tonester says, I'm in Makati. When I asked my Filipino what's important, she said support, security. Love was not in the top three. She loves being supported and she loves the security. But that's the way women think. They don't even think about this question. Only the men think about this question, Tonester. So she's right, because it's a no-brainer for her. It goes hand in hand. Of course, she can love you and your money. A woman thinks like that. But a man doesn't think like that. We come into it, even wherever you are, but that's Western thinking. And we want to hear the word love, and we say it so much. When over here they're saying like, okay, if you love me, then just prove it. Just do it. You don't have to say it. She slipped and said she chose me because she thinks I have more money than the other dude. Perception is reality, but I'm enjoying the oil changes and tune-ups. See, after a while, you'll say you don't really care. Because you never really know. If you don't love yourself, you're never going to even know if she loves you or not anyway. How do you know if somebody loves you? Can you get the same treatment from a bar girl because she knows what you're expecting and all that, then you can from a woman? How do you know if somebody loves you? Talk to me over here in the comments. How do you know that somebody loves you? Is it a feeling or something? Is it a knowing? What is it? Okay, Ken and Lynn says, bingo, Calvin, you can divorce back in your native land. You hear that, Bill? Yeah, it's something you can do. Ed Roach says, I plan on taking the wife and big sister, 81 years old, to watch the fireworks in Manila. Any suggestion on a place to rent from the 29th to the December the 2nd? 29th of December to the 2nd January. I always, when I'm in Manila, the very few times I'm there, I always rent a condo. I go on Airbnb. They got some great rates of condo. I had one right across from Rizal Park for $24 on the 19th floor, right down the street from the U.S. Embassy, Ed. Now, I don't go to Manila a lot, and people say, well, now that Ermita area is kind of shady now because there's always a lot of street people and everything like that, but it's still one of my favorite places in Manila. But I would say look on Airbnb, put in Ermita. But I would do it now because those places, those hotels and everything, man, they get booked up quick around the holidays. Yeah. Tito Cha says Bill has to go to a U.S. territory, but you can't enter the Philippines for 3 years. Wow. Is that right? I didn't know that. And he says, as long as your native land provides a certificate of no marriage, you can remarry. I know a few fellas onto their second wives. Oh, okay, that did it that way. I had a subscriber who just recently, he was in San Carlos City with his girlfriend and Rock Harmon and Rock Harmon's wife. And yeah, that's what he did. He went to Guam, but he didn't have to be out of the country for 3 years. But he's not remarrying yet. So I guess that's what you're talking about, Tito Cha, for him to remarry. Because that's what he did. He went to Guam for 7 days. He said he was surprised that she signed off, but she did. Manila Martin says, I live in Makati. I own my own condo. So yes, it's really easy to find a beautiful girl to say they love you. But why is that important to us to hear that word? Wouldn't it be better if she just, let her actions speak? Because, they want to hear it over here for some reason. And I say, talk is cheap. love is action, man, really. In my humble opinion, love is action. But if you don't love yourself, how you gonna love somebody else? A lot of us come over here, we're broken because I'm gonna tell you something, man. I was talking several people I talked to in this meet and greet Thursday. We had so much in common, and I looked around. I said, man, a lot of expats who come over here, we have a lot in common. And he says, what was the words he used? He didn't say broken, but something like that. And you just better make sure that you get yourself together first, because you can be in for a long ride if you don't. Now, he says there's no one true way to know if someone loves you. Regardless of love, a human being will be loyal to their only source of income, and you could never tell the difference. See, that's what I'm saying. See, you hit it on the nose. How can you tell the difference? And why is that so important that we hear that word? It's just like the lady in the book said, farangs, that's what they call us in Thailand. She said, they love to say that word, and they love for us to say it. She said the Thai man would never say it. He just does it. But it's important to us that we hear, do you love me? Yeah, I love you. I mean, the girl, really didn't love him, but that's all she had to do was say, yeah, I love you. Just to shut him up and make him happy. He says, I would never in my life get married. He said, marriage is obsolete nowadays. And that's a choice a lot of people are making. It's like women want to be married, really. It's important to them. I don't think it's as important to the man anymore. But if he feels like he's going to lose the woman, then he'll marry her. To say, okay, I'm going to hold on to her. Guided by spirituality, said, that's correct, Calvin. Love is action. I believe it is. You can tell me you love me all you want. Where's the action? Yo, welcome to the chat. Brainwave, what's this guy? Relaxation. He made a great point. He said what I was trying to say. But how do you know? How can you tell the difference, Clarence? He says, Amanda shows her love to us every day. It's the way of the Filipino women and their tradition for man. It's validation. I mean, true love through action, in my view. Yeah. But he says, let me go back to what he says, because this is kind of profound what he said. Okay. He says, a human being will be loyal to their only source of income, and you could never tell the difference. Is that true? And do you care? I think as long as you're getting out of a relationship what you went into it expecting, then I think you should be okay. But I don't think a woman needs to say that she loves me every day. Now, if all of a sudden she becomes withdrawn and she's not happy, and she can say she loves you all she wants, it's a lie. The tune-ups and oil changes aren't there. The lube jobs aren't there. You can tell, my mother said you can tell a woman love is in her cooking. So if you got a woman that cooks, you can tell the love. They put love in their food. That's another way. Okay, John A says, recognition of foreign divorce is much cheaper than annulment. Yeah, I would say. Now, I know a couple of my friends who come over here and who have gotten in relationships with married Filipinas. They had to pay for the divorce. I mean, the annulment. It's expensive and it's time consuming. It's, one guy just lost all his money, and now with some shady lawyer. And I'm saying to myself, then why said the lawyer missed the deadline or something? So all the money that they spent and everything is gone. They have to start over, but he's hiring the same lawyer. I mean, that's insanity, man. Doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. Get you another lawyer. But one guy, it took 5 years. They're married. They're happily married. But it took him 5 years. I went to their wedding back in April. Charles says, Calvin, one can get an idea she has love for the expat if he goes broke and still with him, but that so rarely happens, though. And what is broke to you? Absolutely no money at all? Yeah, 3 years to remarry. That's what I thought, because he's over here. He just stayed after the 7 days, and he got that, whatever certificate was of divorce. He's back over here now. Moments with Mrs. I think we want to hear it because our moms told us that. Whatever it is, Westerners, we love that word. We want to hear it as if it really means something. I guess it assures us because we're unsure. Does she love me or my money? If any man comes over here in the Philippines especially and doesn't think that, man, you're setting yourself up. He says a happy girlfriend or happy wife is a happy life, but if you walk in with a hammer, you'll fail before it even starts. Been watching this for 12 years. Too many bringing hammers. He says true love is a modern day luxury, not the historical norm. So it's not a bad thing if you can get it. But how do we know if we got it? Does game recognize game? Love recognizes love. So if you love yourself, then you'll be able to recognize love then. But if you don't love yourself, if you come over here, you just got a bad divorce, you've been taken through the ringer over there. Because I was talking to a guy, he was MGTOW, he told me. What's that? Men going their own way. And he was telling me why he, went his own way. And I said, well, I'm going to warn you. If you come over here and you meet the right woman, man, that men going their own way is going to go its own way. You women over here have a way of just busting through all of that. But he was saying that, he has just been, he said he was abused by the court system over there. So he's coming over here, I guess, with the hammer the guy was talking about. So it's going to be hard for him to recognize true love, J. Tom, if he's already thinking like that. But Calvin, Kurt Russell, and Goldie Hawn have been together for 40 years and said they never plan to marry because they're happy, not married with a very strong relationship. Yeah, like I said, I don't think it's real. I think it's more traditional. Wedding is more of a tradition than anything. It's really just a ceremony. And then, of course, a piece of paper. Then, it's like an agreement. You enter into an agreement now because will he now in America, the Ghost of Pennsylvania 11, it doesn't absolve him from any responsibility. Now, if they split up over there and they've been together 40 years, she's going to have some type of rights to some type of support or something. We've got all kind of crazy laws over there. They just, okay, 4 girls in Connecticut filed a lawsuit against the state challenging their policy of allowing transgender girls to compete in high school sports. It was dismissed. The federal court over there said it's okay for a big, strong, manly man with a damn wig or weave in his damn head to race against these young girls. I don't care what you recognize yourself as. Or you identify as. Your genetics say you're a man. You're bigger, you're stronger, and you're going to be faster. So the fact that you're not married over there means nothing, America. In America, they're going to find a way to get something out of you. W Secrets to Success blog, he says, a white gloves moment. One of my Filipino drivers, who's 28 years old, advised me he has 2 kiddos with his Filipino girlfriend, together 5 years, but would not marry her because of the no divorce law here. Well, for Filipinos, there's no divorce. You can get a divorce in your home country. They can't. So, but they're going to call you their husband or their wife anyway. So who really knows what the real figures are over here, W, because they're going to call you the wife anyway. That's my husband. Larry Lindsay said, when my girlfriend tells me she loves me and I tell her I love her too, but I love myself more. I hope you do. I'd hate for what to see what would happen, Larry, if you love somebody else more than you love yourself. And, that's where, I get off, I see these religious people, they say, I love Jesus more than I love myself. Is that even natural to do that? Michael B says, I'm fine with her loving me for my money because I know that's how to keep her. She knows that to keep me, she has to remain pleasant in return. Yeah, this is another argument. This is why women are with us. He says 64,000 much in the Philippines. Absolutely. He says, for in Scandinavia, it isn't. And does money and love go hand in hand there? Well, they seem to think so. Saipan. Women all over the world think that way. They don't even question that. Of course, I can love you and your money. But men, we don't think that way. It's always either or. Does she love me or my money? And it takes us, we're unsure of that in the beginning. And we're all different. It may take you a week to get over that. It may take, like Clarence Wilkinson said, it took him 2 years. But you never really know. You just have to come to the agreement with yourself. Well, okay, I don't care. We've been together 5 years. What difference does it make? Why she's with me? But that question is always going to be there. And her question over here, because believe it or not, man, you see these young, beautiful women over here, but they're very insecure. And I don't know where that comes from, but they are. Every last woman I met over here is insecure. They always think you got somebody else, even when you don't. Because they're not stupid. They know how easy it was for you to meet them online. So they're in their mind, they're saying, well, he can easily go back on there and get somebody prettier, sexier, younger. So you got to deal with the other woman syndrome for a long time. Yeah, see, she treats me well. It's all right. Do we get along? It's okay. Is she giving me peace, a good meal, and sex, basically? Then, okay, she loves me. Because that's what I expect going into the relationship. If you're not getting out of a relationship what you expect to get out of the relationship, why are you still in it? Especially when years have gone by Mo says, excuse me. Good morning, Brother Cal. Asian countries have arranged marriage for centuries. Eventually, a couple will learn to love and respect each other by way of traditional roles. And this is true. But I think this is the why people stay together and get together question. Okay, he says 260, 55 watching, 116 likes. I don't know why that is anyway. He says marriage has its benefits if you're still filing taxes. Well, does it? I guess if you see now, I'm not a tax expert, so I wouldn't know. I know that my wife, who I'm still married, she's an American, and normally when we were together, we filed married, filing separate. Okay, we didn't file jointly, and there were some reasons for that. But now all of a sudden, somebody told her that, and I don't know because I don't know the laws, that she can file head of household over there, even though she's still married to me. And she did it and got a lot more money back, because, when you do that, you get the earned income credit and all of that. That's something she's going to have to reconcile with the government, not me. He said, love equals sacrifice. He said, we expect. Yeah, they said it's okay, man, for these guys. And of course, they show a 2019, it's a picture of this transgender man. It's basically what it is. He's yards ahead of these young women. They're trying the best they can. He's nothing but a big old strong muscular black dude with a process. That's all it is. I don't care what he's thinking in his mind. You are a man competing against those women over there. And I guess it makes you feel good that he blew them away. And guess who came in second? Another man. See, he said one man said transgender in sports is okay as long as he can bet on the team. Yeah. But yeah, the top two finishers in this race in Connecticut were men. I don't care what you identify with. When you die and they do that autopsy, it's going to come out that you were a man. If they run your DNA sequence and all that, your hormones and all that, no matter what you identify with, you're a man out there running against young girls. But that's no big deal. The big deal is the government said it's okay. So wow, man, it's crazy, man. Craig C says, I'm sure most of us have gone through a divorce. Think back to the shift in energy when the love went away. I don't need to hear love. I need to feel it. Yeah, trust your gut and vibes in a relationship. I think you're right. And I think you're hitting on something here. It's the same as, if you don't love yourself, then you're not going to be able to recognize love. But if you love yourself, you'll be able to recognize it. Happy people, we're more successful. We're healthier. We have better relationships. But if you come over here, you've been beat up, taken through the ringer, you're going to be suspicious. That mistrust is going to be there. And you may throw a good woman back because you can't recognize love. In your mind, it's going to be, it's my money. Sam Chevy said, Cal, wife is listening with me. She says in the Philippines, marriage is a status symbol. Oh, wow. As well as a security blanket for the Filipino. I can say my wife truly loves me and not just my money. Well, of course she can do that, Sam. But remember, you're talking about why she loves you. Of course, a woman can love you and your money. But when you went into that relationship, you were thinking, does she love me or my money? At some point, you were thinking that. And you may not be thinking that now because, hell, y'all been together for so long. She's proven herself over and over. But to say that that never crossed your mind, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. You're very naive if you say that. But a woman in her mind, it's not even a question. Of course I can because, I'm doing it. But to us, it's important. So it's either or. She's loving me or for my money. But yeah, she's right. It's just like I said, women want to get married. And the man, it really is no big deal to him. It's important to the woman. Daniel Hackney says, I've seen couples break up over lack of money. You can't live on love. Money is a driving force in any relationship. Money can feed, clothe, and put a roof over your head. No woman wants a broke-ass man. Yeah, but that's not what we're saying. Y'all into the why we're together. That's not what I'm saying. This vlog is about you coming into the relationship. You're going to ask yourself that question. Does she love me or my money? We're not saying why she's with you. If I was a woman, I wouldn't be with a broke-ass man either. And as a man, I'm not going to marry a woman in a damn wheelchair who's paralyzed from the neck down. Okay? I'm not going to do it. Call me shallow. And so it's no different than a woman don't want to, I don't want to marry a broke-ass woman. And a woman who's paralyzed from the neck down is a broke-ass woman, as far as I'm concerned. So, yeah, I don't blame the woman if she don't want to be with a broke-ass man. Because I don't want to be with a broke-ass woman. Sam Championship, Cal, this is a great topic for the night's live stream. I think you have guys wondering now. Well, they were wondering anyway, Sam. According to psychologists, this is something that Western men ponder all the time in a relationship. We're never really sure. We just have to get to the point where we're okay with whatever it is that we've come up with, the decision that we've come up with, or the answer rather. And I think I'm okay with it, right now. We've been together 3.5 years, I no longer ask myself that question anymore. But of course, when you come to the Philippines with the reputation that the Philippines has, you've heard the reputation. You know the reputation, even though I don't believe it. You've heard the reputation. You see the beautiful woman half your age. We've got granddaddies over here too now. Let's talk about that. Like the guy that Rag Jam Rock was talking about. He's 71 and he's a granddaddy to the 19-year-old. He's old enough to be her granddaddy. See, we open up a whole other can of worms there. When you see that, I know he's asking the question. Does she love me or my money? He may even answer it himself. It's my money. But it's either or. But yeah, we've got granddaddies over here. Now, I don't want to get into that granddaddy situation with a serious relationship. Me, myself, I'd be kind of embarrassed to be seeing something like that. W Secret Success says, TJ, I'm at the Cedar of Breezer. That's a nice place you've got. You showed me, you sent me a video. It's a real nice place. Yeah, no, I'm serious. They say I don't want a broke ass man. Well, I don't want a broke ass woman either. Just like I think there's a YouTube vlog over here. He's supposed to be is he Norwegian or something, Belgian or something. He's supposed to be paralyzed from his chest down or waist down, whatever it is. He's a broke ass man. Now they claim that the Filipinos happy. You can't convince me of that. But maybe she is. I don't know. Yeah, Uncle Sam don't play about money. Sammy Davis says she can file head of household instead of single if she has a child to claim. It's a smart thing to do. You should also file head of household. Oh, I can, huh? Even though we're married, we're still married. Yeah, he said there's a tax advantage to claim your wife, but she needs a social security number, yeah, or ITN number. This also helps with your immigration case, combined financials. Yeah, but see, my wife, yeah, she had her. That's the first thing really that you need to do. One of the first things that you need to do when you bring your wife to your country, especially in America, is go ahead and get that social security number. And you just go down to the social security office and file for it. He said, women love security. Who wants to struggle? Yeah, that's true. But we're getting into the why. We're talking about you, Jabraz. What are you thinking when you come into a relationship with a Filipina? What's up, Frank? Ray Skillings says, I doubt that I will ever marry again. The first divorce is going to be my last. My money will stay in the United States regardless of where I live. My girlfriend will not have access to my cash. And, it's just the thing about her coming along with you. If you 10 foot tall, Ray, she's going to be 10 foot tall. When you do good, she's going to do good, right? She can live a good life without having access to your money. Because if you love her, have some type of emotional connection with her, you're going to take care of her. If you go to Boracay, you're not going to leave her in the squatters area. You're going to take her to Boracay with you, right? And probably buy a nice bikini, and wherever you eat, she's going to eat. Larry Lindsay says, we're all coming to the Philippines in recovery for all the bad relationships we was in. I want her to care for me. I don't care about love. We tell people that every day. Yeah, we don't really know if it's love anyway. It assures us. And as long as we're comfortable with the relationship and her actions, you're going to be okay. Brainwave Relaxation says, put a wig on LeBron James. He will instantly be inducted into the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame. Yeah, that's the point I'm trying to make. You're not fooling anybody. And I don't blame these young women. They've been training their whole lives for a chance to be recognized in their sport. Now all of a sudden they wake up, they go to the track meet, and here is Carl Lewis standing next to him with a damn blonde ass wig. I'll be mad too. There's no way they're going to win that race. They can race 100 times. He's going to win 100 times. He's so far out ahead of them, it's embarrassing. And if you don't believe me, go on Yahoo right now. The article's there. The Federal Appeals Court dismissed the challenge to Connecticut's policy of allowing transgender girls to compete in high school sports. Men, actually, to compete in high school sports. What's going on over there? But then when I told the guy the other day, I said, yeah, it's not going to be in the too distant future. You're going to be able to marry your damn dog over there. He says, oh, look, Calvin, you're reaching. No, I'm not. This is crazy right here. Is this any different? Is this any less crazy than marrying a dog? You got some big muscular man with a damn wig on, racing against these little girls, man. Come on, guys. So now they can put him on the basketball court or wherever it is. Astro Atomic says, what would it cost to come over and get set up there? And would you charge me to help me set it up? No, I wouldn't charge you. And it's so much that goes into this question. I can tell you this, Astro Atomic, that you can come to the Philippines and within 24 hours already be set up with transportation, with a woman, with a place to stay. I'm talking about long term. Nowhere else can you do that faster than you can do that over here, because money talks over here. They're not going to run a credit check. They're not going to find out whether or not you've been evicted before. If you got that first month's rent and that deposit, you're in there. You can go into the motorcycle place and get your motorcycle. Okay, and the woman's waiting for you at the airport. So it doesn't cost a whole lot to get set up, but it's a lot of stuff that goes into that. It's too general of a question for me to answer. You don't need a lot. Yeah, he said it took 2 years to really be sure that she's the one for me. Is it me or my money? And after 2 years, it's both, and that's fine with me. Peace. Yeah, she's going to. The woman's never thinking this, guys. See, it's not why she's with you. You're thinking that. That's why I asked the question. Does she love me or my money? The $64,000 question. You're thinking that. And you're going to think that for some time. He says, if I'm dating at 71, I want her to be a nurse and she can have the money. He said it'll get answered after the breakup. Yeah, you're just always, okay, he's Polish. Okay, you talking about the guy. Yeah, he said they're happy. Well, how do you know they're happy? He says they're happy. Well, I guess, that's not an impossibility, J-Tom, because she's happy. Okay, I know this guy got a lifetime pension. So now, I'm living better. And he's happy because, okay, I got this, instead of having Big Bertha changing my diaper and giving me a bath, I got this beautiful young Filipino. So, yeah, he's happy. And his brain still works. So he's still, he can still fantasize and all that. So, yeah. So, yeah, is that a stretch to say they're happy? No, but it's going to come a time when, he's going to have to do more than what he's capable of doing. TJ Johnson, thanks for that super chat. He said, a popular foreign blogger has a YouTube paid series called the Thailand Survival Guide. Goes over everything you need to get started. Might be time, Cal. Yeah. But see, there's some things I got to clear up first before I even try to do anything like that. Y'all guys don't realize the trolls. I don't have trolls. I have stalkers. The minute I would do something like that, see, I've got a lawyer now, and we're talking about the things I can do. I'm working remotely, is what he told me. I'm not working in the Philippines. I'm working remotely. And that's one thing, that's one hurdle that I've climbed. But to start selling books and all that stuff and be influenced and all that, I gotta really be careful, man. Why men would take their precious time to go after guys over here, because I don't see that happening anywhere else. I don't know. You have to ask them, but yes, it's a good question. But remember, I'm already helping people. I don't expect anything in return from them because the universe pays a whole lot better than they do. Daniel Hackney says, I forgot the college swimmer's name, but he was rated 200 in men's swimming. He transitioned to women's swimming and became number one. Jesus, this isn't rocket science. The guy's cheating, pure and simple. Yeah. I mean, but for the courts to co-sign it, Daniel Hackney, that's what makes it so crazy. They're saying it's okay. When is it going to stop? And then when I said, oh, yeah, you'll be able to marry your dog pretty soon, the guy says, oh, yeah, you're reaching. I'm reaching. But it's okay to let some hairy-ass man, you're a man over there, dude, race against these little young girls and stuff and, just steal their glory and everything like that. So pretty soon there's going to be transgender women, really men, in the Women's Hall of Fame somewhere. Y'all crossing the line, man. I mean, I don't care what you think you are. The minute that you start, when it starts affecting the lives of other people, that's where I got to draw the line. These young women ought to have the same rights as anybody else to pursue their dreams, man. You know, they shut the door on these track athletes in Connecticut. This guy was so far ahead of these women, it's embarrassing. And the second place guy was a guy. The second place finisher, a woman, was another man. His wig looked worse than the winner's wig. They had on these damn wigs, man. It's ridiculous, man. Moments with Mitch says, I believe you're correct about marriage with an animal. It's not too far. W secrets to success, white glove moment. Take off them damn white gloves, man. You're in the Philippines. He said, come visit the Philippines before you sell everything and come here. It's a big difference being here versus YouTube videos. Yeah, but I've always said it. It's not for everybody, you know, and you need to take off your white gloves. Take them off, you know, because America doesn't even pass the white glove test. Okay? It just depends on what you're looking for. But America does not pass that white gloves test. That's an illusion. Okay? Andrew Bridges Jr. said, what's the difference? Her loving you for your money and you loving her for her looks and body. I don't see the difference. Well, I'm not saying, that's not what we're saying. You're getting into why you're with her. I'm saying you're already together. The thought will cross your mind, does she love me or my money? But a white gloves moment, you better have a white gloves on anywhere you go. But see, when you start comparing, that's when you throw everything out the window. Because we can sit here and compare the Philippines and America, and we're both going to leave the discussion filthy and dirty. Because all I'm going to give you is the bad stuff about America, and all you're going to throw on me is the bad stuff about the Philippines. The Philippines is the Philippines. America is America. And it is what it is, you know. But that's facts. You know, you need to come over here and see if you can handle it, because a lot of people can't handle it. That's all it is. I've been in the military. Living in the Philippines, man, it was no big adjustment to me. You know, but I'm not delusional either. Sammy Davis says, Astro Atomic, 3,000 US should be enough to get set up in an unfurnished apartment and buy a new fridge, 55-inch TV, stove top, sofa, bed, and mattress. About 10,000 miscellaneous. Yeah, now see over here in San Carlos City, you can move into an apartment for 20,000. It's already furnished. And you got cable and you got Wi-Fi. It just depends, you know, on where you are. You talking about getting set up to live here for good? But that's a good breakdown, Sammy Davis. And he knows, you know, he's up there in English City. He sent me I didn't put it on my community page because the lady said her phone would ring off the hook. But there's a 2-bedroom up there, nice, modern, clean, 7,500 pesos per month. Kimon Harama says, I tried the Kurt Russell argument on my ex-girlfriend, but she didn't go for it. Yeah, they really want to. It's important to the woman. It's especially over here. It saves face. She's not going to want to be, you know, a live-in all the time, because you don't hear the conversations she's having with her friends and family. You only hear the conversations between you two. She's getting asked that question when is he going to marry you? You know, are you just a pastime? Because that's what they'll think. Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying though, we're not gonna get into the why because I'm pretty sure he asked that question. He certainly his mother asked it. Oh, he said you already can marry a dog. It happened in California. Wow. He said, "What's the name of the place?" I think it's called Scorecard, right? A scorebird. Yeah, yeah. The second place winner wig looked worse than the winner's wig. Go on YouTube. I mean, Yahoo, you'll see it. It's big news over there. It should be big news. What kind of crazy foolishness is that? Well, here I am. I got Booby. I've been training Booby and all that. Pretty soon they're going to be over there playing tennis with the girls. It's like there would be no uh, Venus and Serena Williams because Serena said, that what's the guy? What's his name? Murray, the Murray. And he's nowhere near the top tennis guy. But Serena Williams said, I'm not going to lie. He would beat the pants off of me if we played. There's no, he's stronger and everything. Faster. What's the guy's name? The Murray guy. He something Murray. He's the United States. He's always talking about he wants to play Serena Williams. Serena Williams said, it's no argument. I'm not going to sit here and pretend. He's going to, is it Andrew Murray or Anthony Murray? Something Murray. He's going to beat me 10 times out of 10 times. He's a man. And I'm one of the best that's ever picked up a racket on the woman's side. So if they start this, where's it going to end pretty soon? There'll be no more Serena Williams or Venus Williams or any of them. Because you're going to have some man with an old crooked ass wig over there identifying as a woman. Nothing more than an old rusty, crusty ass man. I don't care how you add it up. Levon White, he said, thanks for the super chat. He said, yeah, after seeing clickbait showing you earning $87 million a year, wow, from YouTube, I could no longer watch in the background. My stomach is still hurting from laughing. My recovery has been slow. Hello, everyone. Yeah, thanks, brother, for that super chat, man. Welcome back, man. Get well soon. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know how they come up with that. Yeah, Andrew Murray. Good to see you back, brother. Yeah, Andrew Murray. Because that's what it's eventually going to be. But these women are asking for it over there. The feminist movement is asking for it. They're coming over on our side, and we're saying, okay, I can put on a wig and come over there. And that's what they're doing. Daniel Hackney says, ask yourself what would happen if a guy lost his source of income. If you were on 75,000 pesos and you had to cut back to 10,000 pesos per month, what would happen? If she stays with you, it must be love. Well, not really, because it'd still be a good income over here, 10,000. But I'll give you the same analogy. What if this beautiful Filipino that you're with now, she's a 10, was in a diving accident, and now, she's paralyzed from the neck down. Are you going to stay with her? If you do, then that's love. Okay? But we're not talking about why she's with you. We know why we're with each other. We're just saying that it's the $64,000 question that every man ponders. Every man has to answer. He's going to ask himself that time and time again in the beginning because we're not really sure. When you come over here with these beautiful young women, you're going to say, hey, is it me or is it my money? And if you don't think that, then you're very naive and something's wrong with you. Because psychologists say that's the way that the Western man's mind works. Timothy Carter says, I tell Tanai I meet online that it's true I don't own a home, car, 401k, sucks and she wants to get married still. Well, because your definition of broke and her definition of broke are two different things. And remember, she can take that visa. There's no monetary value on that visa. She knows that, Timothy Carter. She can take that visa because I've seen it. I've seen women go over there with men who needed sponsors to bring them over, who are now nurses, doctors, lawyers over there. They've taken that opportunity and they run with it. Man, you can't put it, you can't. That's why they still want to get married. You didn't say, oh, I'm not going to give you a visa, because they'll take that visa and they will make miracles with it. I've seen it so many times. Listen, when I first went to the first Catholic Mass with my wife, when I brought her to America, I couldn't believe it. I promise you, man, it was a Filipino woman that drove up in, I want to say, it was a Maserati. It's what it was. Come find out she was a doctor. It's so much money over there in America. It's the richest nation that's ever existed. So if money is what you're looking for, it's over there. And they take that and they do all kinds of stuff with it. The smart ones reinvest that money over here in the Philippines. And you see the results. Hey, Chasing My Asian Queen said, good morning, I'm late, but here, buddy. Hello, all. Come on, Harama says, I had a suspicion my marriage was over when she came home from work to tell me the silent alarm went off at work and security caught her naked with her coworker. She got demoted too. I don't understand what that. Yeah, they don't know a whole lot about 401k. Okay, she just said, oh, wow, I just had Ampalaya for the first time. Why did nobody warn me? What is that, some kind of meal? This is a fact, too. He said, love is not tested until something bad happens. Yeah, how would you know if everything's good all the time? But you have to love yourself, Black Diamond, in order to recognize what love is. If you're all depressed and anxious and down all the time and low self-esteem, more than likely you're going to meet a good woman over here and throw her back. TJ Johnson said, you jerks go on and on about Balut, but you should have warned me about eating this nasty effing earwax plant. I've never tasted it before. Oh, okay. It's bitter gourd with egg. Okay, emphasis on bitter. There's no amount of emphasis on bitter that counts. Yeah, I know, but it's very healthy for you. They swear about that over here. But you're right. I can't. I've eaten it a couple of times, but it's too bitter for me. No amount of salt and pepper and hot sauce. You can't do it. Yeah. It takes. Yeah. It's bad. Yeah, you never know well, you're not going to know anyway, Robert, even if you can speak the language, because they're going to have these conversations when you're not around. And they're going to ask her, well, when are you getting married? When are you going to file for the visa? And all that kind of stuff. When is he building the house? Well, only some of it. Not all of it, guys. It all depends on who's cooking the food. And a lot of the food you're not going to try. You're not even going to like. But I think this is something we get wrong about Filipino food. And so we get over here and we don't try it. But man, I tell you what, Merlin's mother, and I've had her make it 3 days in a row. She makes chicken adobo so good, you'll eat the damn bones. So, it just depends on who's cooking the food. Oh man. Mo says, Brother Cal, we may throw a good woman back, but what if our previous experience with women was good? Are we susceptible to the same mistake? No, because you're gonna know, you're gonna see the signs, Mo. Yeah, I don't think that you're not gonna be as suspicious as somebody who's been beaten down, like this guy who I met from New York at the meet and greet. He was beaten down. He's skeptical of every woman now, in every relationship, and he's going to eventually throw one back. If you come over here and all your relationships are good, and you're feeling good about yourself, you're not anxious, you're not depressed, you don't have low self-esteem, you're probably going to be on the same wavelength as her. This stuff is real. This vibrations and stuff, guys. Just because you don't understand it don't mean it's not. It's real. You're going to be on the same vibration as her, and you're going to know it. But if somebody's vibration is down here and yours is up here, you're going to know it too. He said, yeah, I've eaten adobo bones before. I mean, it's so good because everywhere I went, they make it different. She puts pineapples and different things. Oh, man, it's just so delicious. I could eat it today, but I guess you don't. Because I had her cook it yesterday. I had her cook it on Friday when I got back. I ate it the day before I went to Dumageddon. I could eat it every day. That's how good it is. He says, if your girl offers you peanut back, you'll be eating that. You may not taste it until you actually bite into a piece of the ampalaya. Yeah, that's what that, with that vegetables and different things, right? He says, okay, I'm done. The girls are watching the comments on the TV and think this is the funniest thing ever. Yeah, because they're used to it. Well, John bought some, but I never really tried it. I can't get past it. And I'll probably never try it now, Bush the One, because if you go on my channel, you'll see I did a short with Maryland. But Maryland, I said, well, let me see what it looks like on the inside. So we bought one in Toledo. We were waiting on the ferry. And man, this thing was 3.5 inches long. It is like a baby chicken, man. And I said, nah, I can't eat that. It's durian. They said if you can get past the smell, it's good. But man, the very first time I came to the Philippines, the very first time, the woman bought that in the hotel room, man. I made her take it out. It lit the whole hotel room up. I said, no, you cannot leave that in there. She said, no, trust me, it's good. I never even tried it. Okay, he says bitter and fermented foods are good for you in your digestive system. I'm going to tell you something that I like, and I believe it's fermented, that I could eat every day over here. Shrimp paste. See, a lot of this stuff, we just got to try it, and you got to try it with the right foods, and you'll be hooked. It's a lot of stuff I never tried over here for years because I couldn't wrap my mind around it, but I was like, well, okay, well, what do I have to lose? Shrimp paste being one of them. Fish sauce being another. I love fish sauce now. Sweet macaroni salad. I love that now. Halo, I love that now. I couldn't get my mind around it. Clarence Wilkinson says a lot of Filipino food is awesome. And yes, it depends on who's cooking. But I have some delicious food here. Just have to expand your taste buds. You do. And that's what I'm saying. You just have to say, well, you ain't got nothing to lose. But there's some things that I won't try, balut being one of them. And then, now, I tried that Kenalal before, that it's uncooked fish that they put in. They let the vinegar cook it. I tried it one time down in Louisiana in northern Mindanao. I've never tried it again. It wasn't too bad. You know, they put the fish in the vinegar, then the vegetables and stuff. He said, exactly, using those pineapples to make it sweet. It's so delicious. And I'll tell you something else that you guys, especially if you're in Lapu Lapu right now, go to the public market and buy one of those little small, or if you're in Lady, one of those small pineapples and let them peel it for you, man. Thank me later. Thank me later. They're so delicious, man. Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying, Mo. This is one way you'll be able to tell if a woman loves you. They will put love in the food. You know, Marilyn's mother's full of love, man. I mean, the food, you know, she puts love in her food. I mean, I could never I could eat that chicken adobo every single day. I mean, and never get tired of it. That's how good it is. Marvin Bowe says it's not easy in America either when it comes to surviving and paying bills. It's the reason a lot of Americans move to third world countries. You can have it today and lose it tomorrow. Yeah, you're right. And then we're raised as consumers over there. So we're always bam, bam, bam. Of all industrialized countries, Western countries, we save less than anybody else. We're on this cycle and we can't break it. You may have a brand new iPhone. Actually, I don't have an iPhone. And here they coming out with a new one. And makes you want to think that your iPhone's not even good anymore. Same with cars, same with everything. We're on this cycle. So then pretty soon, what? Eventually it's going to make its way to your relationship. Yeah, I want a new one. Yeah, I've tried Halo Halo. He said, Calvin, what do you think of Halo Halo? Did you try it? I did, but I cheated, Yusuf, because there used to be a place before the pandemic. It was a victim of the pandemic. It was called Saul's Place. And they sold their Halo Halo with real ice cream. And it was so delicious. And I've never really tried it with, you know, just the cream and the ice and everything, right? So, yeah, I kind of cheated on that one. Yeah, that bitter gourd. Yeah, he says good for you if you can get past the bitter taste. Yeah. He said castor oil is good for you too. I don't want that ish, my eggs and bacon, though. Yeah, the duck embryo. It's just an ugly thing. I do eat dried fish. I haven't had in a while, but they have some of the best in Zamboanga and Dumaguete, by the way. But I don't know if we were bringing it from Zamboanga to Dumaguete, or we get it in Dumaguete and bring it to Zamboanga. But one of those places is the specialty, and it's so delicious. And see, that's another thing, guided by spirituality, that I had to try. I mean, the smell is just horrendous, man. You know, it just feels like somebody just put their butt in your face and farted in your face. But once it's delicious. I'm going to tell you what it tastes like. Me being from Kentucky, if anybody ever had country ham, that's what it tastes like to me. And it's delicious. Because either one of these places, either Dumaguete or Zamboanga, they got the big fish. We just peel it off. Once they cook it, you just peel it off, man, and eat it. That's salty as hell. Yeah. No gloves moment. Pomelo fruit is awesome here. I'm researching Amazon to see if I can buy it online back in the States. It is. It's similar to grapefruits, but I think it's not as bitter as grapefruit. And he said, TJ says, my girl gets these peanuts mixed with Dillis. Is that how you pronounce that? Tiny dried fish, smelt maybe. Chilies and powdered cheese. Those beat popcorn of any kind for me when it comes to movie snacks. Yeah, see, you'll try something and you'll like it. Yeah, I love popcorn too. Oh yeah, that's that. See yeah, this was what the Kenna law or whatever it is. AC King says, "Would they also put something in the food if they don't love you?" Just asking. I'm not sure about that. I don't think that's not their character over here. I think she would if they don't want you. I think they probably they're gonna hate you from a distance, really despise you from a distance. You know, I just don't think they can come around and they wouldn't do something like that. But I wouldn't put it past anybody. Ace Parnell says, question about how much do the ATMs charge for cash withdrawals? Let's see. And he says, about how much can you withdraw? If I were to use my Fifth Third, which sometimes I do, but very seldom, this is what I'm charged, Ace. 250 pesos by the Filipino bank. Another 250 pesos from my bank. And then they throw on this old stupid $3 and something. It depends on how much you take out. It's a percentage international fee. So you're looking at about $15 almost per transaction. And you can usually get out about $1,000 a day, but only about 10,000 pesos at a time. Unless you go to somewhere like a BPI, you can get 20,000 out at a time. But every time you take that money out, you're getting slapped with them fees again. So yeah, it's pretty expensive. A brainwave relaxation said the truth, Calvin. What I'm thinking is this: as long as she plays her part of my queen like an Oscar winner, then I would play the part of my queen's king like a G, hands down. Yeah, because you never really know for sure. It's just something that I thought I'd put up there because I was reading the book, Private Dancer, and I got to thinking, over here in Southeast Asia, even though a lot of these countries are totally different, they do share a lot of culture. And that's one of them where the woman, she can love you for your money and for you. She can love you and your money. They don't even think about it like that, though. They never even ponder that. They never consider that. Because for you to go hand in hand, with us, it's a separate thing. It's either or. Daniel Hackney says there are many Filipino nurses here in Orange County, California. They make the big dollars. Sorry, but westernized Filipino in their 50s just don't raise my flagpole. I'm retiring. Yeah. And that's, what I'm saying is it's money over there, and they will take the visa, whatever visa it is, and they'll work miracles with it. Because you need a visa to work if you're Filipino and you go to America to work. You need a visa. You need a visa if you're going to marry an American or your fiance or whatever, so many. Yeah, I've tried fish. I like it. He said, Luke Rogers is smart to do the live stream Saturday night U.S. time. I had to get angry with, well, I didn't really get angry, but I was disappointed with a guy. I helped his channel. And what he did was, he didn't realize that I'd already figured out the times. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday for me at 9:30. Okay, well, it's really not Saturday night is a lot to do over there, but there's a reason I picked these specific dates and days. Well, what does he do after I helped his channel, had him on here, him and his wife, got subscribers and everything like that. He parks right in front of me on Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. Now, if it would have been a coincidence, yeah, I couldn't have said anything because I don't own those time slots. But when he did it on purpose, man, I was like, come on, dude. You can't do that, man. You know, that's unscrupulous, man. And he knew it. And that's why he shut it down. Andrew Warren says, hey, Calvin, whatever happened to the land that you was going to buy by the ocean? I can't remember doing that. I know we bought a little piece of land over in Toledo for $600. That's still there. We haven't done anything there, but I'd like to buy. That's my dream over here, Andre, but I haven't moved in that direction yet. I put it out there in the ether, in the universe, yeah, that's what I want, because eventually that's what I'm going to do. And when I do it, that land's going to be leased over to me, because that's been a dream of mine. I just want to live by the ocean. I want to live by a nice beach. That's always been my dream. Just build a simple house there and be done with it. See, that's why I put out the information to you guys when I find it. There's somebody out there like me, but you can do it a whole lot cheaper. You don't have to buy the land. They got Airbnbs right over in Siquijor Island, $19,000 per month. You're right on the beach. That includes everything. Your rent, your electric, your water, your cable, your Wi-Fi. Fully furnished. It's just a one bedroom studio, fully furnished. You don't need anything else. It's just a stone's throw from a white sand beach. I would do that every day and twice on Sunday. See, I don't have a plan B. That would be my plan if I ever left this little compound here. But that's going to be what I'm going to do. And if I were a single man, thinking about moving over to the Philippines, I would think about doing something like that. So many places you could do that, but this is really a nice one. The woman is the vice mayor of Siquijor. You're not going to have any problems over there. Anything that needs to be fixed, she's going to fix it. It has hot and cold water. Remember, I'm telling you, good water pressure. You know. Hey, Slevin, thanks for that super chat. He said your viewers are unique to you, Sunshine Shows. I like to think so, man. I really do. I really like to think that I've got a unique set of viewers and subscribers, especially the ones who come on my live stream, man. I've got the best subscribers on YouTube. They've already proven it to themselves over and over when they come over here. They got my back, man. They carry themselves just superbly. That you're glad that you're not embarrassed to be with them and be in their company. And I've got two guys here now that are my subscribers who moved here because of me, and you don't hear a peep out of them. And the people that do know them put them way up here on a pedestal, and how they treat people, how they carry themselves. And so, yeah, Slavin, man, I like to think I do have a unique group of men and women who watch my channel. A great plan, brother. Yeah, it is a great plan. That's why I give it to y'all, because I didn't do it. I can't do it, but you can do it. And then that way you wouldn't have a whole lot, to the guy who says, well, how much does it take to get set up? Well, all you would need is a $19,000 because it's an Airbnb. You wouldn't need, they don't ask for the deposit. See? He said you should do a live about bringing the Philippines to the U.S. I'm going to do it. My next live is going to be that. If anybody out there who wants to join the panel on Tuesday, who has their Filipina over in America, who wants to kind of be on this panel and help us, send me an email or on my Sunshine Shoulders Facebook Messenger. But yeah, Malcolm, we'll do that. We'll just kind of see. I did a video about don't bring your Filipino wife or girlfriend back home. I wasn't saying don't do it. I was talking about the risk involved. So we'll just kind of add to that. And yeah, we'll do that. Thank you. I'm just saying, bringing your Filipino back home, to your country, because they go different Western countries, not just America. They go to Australia, they go to England. I've got a subscriber. She's married to an Irish man. They live in Ireland. Her and her sister. Mo says, Brother Cal, does being single on Siquijor work? Absolutely. Are there shops, restaurants, and cafes? There is. There is. Remember, and they've got those coral reefs over there. If you can ask Justin, he that's what he does. He'll tell you some of the best in the world, But he said the Filipinos don't even realize it, but they do. They got all kind of laws now. They all got all kind of sanctuaries now. And in I want to say it's Siquijor, could be somewhere else, but they actually they hire these people to get in these boats and they patrol so that people can't go fishing there and unauthorized diving and stuff like that where the coral reefs are. But yeah, it's really nice. Yeah, Siquijor is a place where you could absolutely live. It's a lot of people that live there. Remember, Mo, you're only 35 minutes by fast craft to Dumaguete, an hour by the regular ferry. So you can come to Dumaguete anytime you want, but you would like it there. Yeah, it will work. He said, what's Mike up to lately? His son, Mike's got his two sons over with him now. They flew over here to see Mike. He's with them in Cebu. I think they're going to Malboal, Oslo. And then he said they want him to take them to Thailand. Yeah, Mike's got his two sons over. They both look like they Justin Bieber types. He's afraid that they're going to take the women from him. I said, well, hell, Mike, you don't have any women. They might use them as the bait. He got two Justin Bieber type sons. I think one is 19 and one's 22 or something. Little young women over there, they're gonna like them when they go out to the mall and stuff. And I said, hell, Mike, they're the honey. Put them out there and for the bees, and you just pick you a couple of bees off there. Oh, yeah. Sam, he said, Calvin, there are at least 3 of us who brought our Filipinos over to America who could be on your panel. See, that's what I want. I want somebody who's done it. Either who's doing it now, who's done it. I know you have. I know Freddie Sanders. He says, I'd say don't do it in most cases, but I don't tell people not to do it. I'm telling them the risk because believe it or not, man, it's a lot of success stories over there. I had a success story. Me and my wife, man, we got along good. We never had an argument. She never fooled around or anything like that. It was only when we moved back over here where the problem started. See, I had no idea that she didn't want to move over here. She never told me that. All she had to do was tell me. I would have rethought it. But when she was like, oh, okay, yeah, all for it, not realizing she didn't want to come back here. And I didn't want to go back there. I can't be 2 places at once, and neither could she. So that's where our problem started. That's when we broke up because she wanted to be over there and I wanted to be over here. Yeah, Jabril, yeah, Dilba, Dejan, Gentry, and myself. Yeah, I'd like to see y'all on the panel, man. It says difficult if you can't retire. Yeah, and that's the reason why a lot of guys, do take the Filipino back. They want to be together. They don't want that old long distance relationship foolishness. If you're doing a long distance relationship, man, stop it. You know, shit, I get off the pot is what I'm gonna tell you, because that long distance relationship stuff don't work. It's eventually gonna end up a heartache. The only way you're gonna make that work is to close that. Is to make a long distance relationship a short distance relationship. Otherwise, it's not gonna work, man. And that's a fact. Harvey Garner said, "Are the women hard to get rid of when they screw up?" Well, most of the time they're not going to screw up. It's going to be you who's going to screw up. You're going to change your mind because you know how easy it is to meet another one. And curiosity is going to get to you, and you're going to go back online and you're going to figure it out. You know, you're going to get you another one, you're going to get caught. And then if you're a good catch and the Filipino knows you're a good catch, she's not going to let you go. You got to move to a whole other island or leave the country. But they date to marry, Harvey. That's why when you meet them, especially a foreigner, they're not going anywhere. And they're going to do everything that you want them to do to convince you to stick around. Curtis Thomas says, "I'm going to bring my new Filipino girlfriend over here, just starting to feel on Filipino visa process." I think you've done it before, right? So you got some experience. I didn't have any problems. I made that video because I was letting you guys know what happens when you bring them over there. It's expensive, number one. When you take them to that Catholic Mass for the first time, this is where they get that click. They got it, man, you know, wherever you go with Filipinos around the world, they got that support group. And they're going to start telling them everything, all their rights, you know, stuff that you don't even think to tell them. The Filipinos are going to tell them. And it's always just in case something goes wrong. Here's what you can do. Here's what you can do. And see, a lot of them get smart and say, well, you know, I really don't want to be with him anyway. So they'll go and, you know, I forgot what is Violence Against Women's Act. I think it affects a woman when you bring her over there. But I didn't have any problem. And I met a lot of good couples over there. But I also met some where the woman ran away. And one woman even came back here. She's with a Filipino now, living in Pagadian, in the province again. You know, a lot of women, man, y'all, see, I'm glad you brought this up, because here's where we get it wrong. When we say, I don't want to bring her over. Because we seem to think, guys, and listen to this, that we're better equipped to adapt over here than they are to adapt in our country. And it's just not right. You see what W Secrets to Success said. You better, before you sell everything, before you come over here and live with your Filipino, you better make sure it's the right place for you. We're no smarter than they are, guys. We're not any better than them. You're no more better equipped to move over here and live in the Philippines, probably less than she is to adapt to your culture over there. But this is that arrogance that we carry with us. So we say, oh, I'm not going to take her home. For a lot of us, it's better that you take her home. You're more likely the relationship's going to stay together, because you're going to get homesick just like she is. And your adjustment process is going to be just as difficult as hers. But at least you're home. See? And at least, she can work and do all the things that she probably can't do over here. But to think that we're somehow better equipped, and that's what a lot of us think when we say, oh, I'm not going to bring her there. I'm going to move here. To adapt here than she is there, man, it's just not true. You're probably less. Okay? she's probably going to have an easier time adjusting to America. But some women over there, they can't adjust. This woman had kids, and he was slow to bring the kids over, and she missed her kids, so she came back home. Yeah, I thought you did. Yeah, well, that's what my wife said, Raymond. That's what my wife said. But the minute we had a son, and like I told you, you don't know the conversation she's having with her family and friends. All that changed. Then she said, "Oh, when you gonna start doing the?" Well, the minute I got home August 2012. Hell, she was on my case. So December 2012, I started the process. But that's what she said. I don't want to go to America. I want to stay here. Yeah. You see what happened, don't you? She wanted to go over there, and she's staying over there. He said, yeah, I did it before. I know what to do. Yeah. I didn't have any problems, though. I really didn't. And he says, hey, Cal, what's the process if you have a past felony from back in 95? I'm asking would I be allowed to come in the Philippines? Well, see, that's not going to be a problem. The Philippines has nothing to do with your past record in America or wherever you're from. If you got a passport, you're going to get in here. If you got a valid passport, you're going to get in here. Now, if you're on some type of blacklist, some type of do not fly list or something like that, that's the only thing you have to worry about. But if you have a valid passport, you can get in the Philippines. They're not going to stop you from getting in here. That's why a lot of these criminals end up over here. Hey, thanks, Danny. Because they have no knowledge of what you've done at home. But then you come over here and then maybe your government is looking for you over here. Then they'll alert immigration. Because what immigration does, when you go to extend, they always ask for that witness and their address and phone number. They want to know where you're staying while you're in the Philippines. And that's how they keep track of you. You just don't go in there and extend, and they don't ask you any personal questions. They want to know where you are, just in case they need to run up on you for whatever reason or not. What's up, Danny? I know you over there with my buddy Jeffrey Tatter, man. Y'all over in Japan. I always shout both of y'all out, man, because I ain't gonna lie, man. When I got caught in that typhoon over there, these are the first two guys that reached out to me, man. They said, man, you okay over there? Anything we can do? I know you just came back from Thailand, man. I know you liked it. Well, it doesn't matter, man. Here's the thing. That's why it's best that you vet her first. Don't just come over here and bring her back. When I say make the long-distance relationship short, what I mean is you're going back and forth a few times, you're vetting her, because if you bring her over to your country, man, without knowing her, it's not going to end well. If you don't know who you're bringing over there, why would you bring her over? And the only way you're going to get to know her is to actually be with her. See? So if you've already started the process already without knowing who she is, now you're taking a risk. Yeah, you're taking a risk. Because maybe she is just trying to get over there for the visa. He says, I don't know. I hard disagree. Ultimately, it's easier for me to make Filipinos feel like the U.S. than it is for me to make the U.S. feel like the Philippines for her. But, this is what we think. We think we have some type of special power. And this is what I was trying to convince my wife, TJ, that, I couldn't make the Philippines feel like America for her. But she adjusted to America really quick. Because America is the easiest country in the world to assimilate into. Certainly to earn a living and raise your family. And one thing that we discount, they've got that support group over there. I don't care where you take a Philippine, what part of the United States you take her to. They're there. It's a whole lot better than when you come over here and we all over the place and we don't want to fool with you. We saw a black guy in Aspersion the other night, man. We're at the Land Tower in Dumaguete. I could have slapped him in his damn head. Now here it is, his wife and his daughter. I guess it's his daughter, their daughter, or her daughter. They're just looking at us, smiling, and this cocksucker want to keep looking into his menu like he don't see us. Because he looked up and I waved at him, and he gonna look down at his menu like he don't see us. Man, I'm right in your face, and I hope you watching this. You pitiful, and that's the type of stuff we have to deal with over here, TJ. They got a hell of a support group over there. Here is his wife and daughter just, wanting him to acknowledge us. He won't acknowledge us. He wants to be the special Negro in the house. Those are the type of guys that piss me off. See? And they have a hell of a support group over there. But I'm just saying, it's no different, though. It may be the same. But we think in our minds that we can adapt better over here, better than her over there. It's an illusion, man. I don't believe it. There's no proof, really. Well, it's like this. At the end of the day, Geechee Lang, you're a grown man. Hell, you're 60-something years old. You got to be able to make your own decision. W. Secret to Success said it. He said, come over here for yourself. Don't listen to these YouTube bloggers. I always told you that. I said, I'm giving you my boots on the ground experience, my perspective. When you get over here, you're probably going to see something else, but you're not ever going to say I'm lying. You're going to see something else. Okay? You're going to have to make that decision. I can't tell you, take her, leave her. I gave you my experience on that video. I said, here's what's going to happen when you take her over there. And there's nobody sitting here that's got their girlfriend over there, wife over there now can say, he's lying. It's a fact. Sammy Davis said, basically, there's two things in America to stop you from coming. Back child support, and it says pending litigation. If you're not on paper, apply for a passport and come here for a new life. Yeah, that's the only way. If you're 2,500 over, I think that is, unless they've changed it. You can't apply for a passport until you pay that in arrears with your child support. Now, pending litigation, I don't know how that is, but I'm pretty sure, if you got a court case, they'll let you get a passport, especially a serious court case. But just because you got a felony, I've got one of my closest friends in America. He spent 19 years in prison. He got a passport. He paid his debt to society. He's no longer on parole or anything like that. It didn't matter. And then, it was a felony. Okay, Robert. Yeah, he said, been watching you, Cal, for a good while now. I really am interested in getting out of this rat race. And you just simply want to be happy, new beginning. I want to experience this opportunity. Yeah, and I don't blame you. I don't blame you. It's a lot of guys that took that risk, and we're over here loving it, man. I bring Franz up all the time because he's a young guy, man. He's in his 40s, man. And he made a decision against the wishes of his friends and family. He retired early from the state of New York. He said, I'm going to go over there. I'm going to see myself. Shit. He's having the time of his life, man. You have to come over here and at least take the chance. You never know until you try. But thank y'all so much, man. It's 12 o'clock. All your super chats, your super stickers, your thumbs up, all your support for Sunshine Shows. I never take that for granted. I would definitely be in Cebu Friday because we've got an invitation to spend Christmas with Sydney and Franz and a couple of more people. And we're going to do that because we can't, we don't have any bag for Booby. And we got to take Booby because, you know, Booby's still breastfeeding and Booby goes crazy if she can't get that, that breast. Yeah. He said, that's total disrespect. Damn. Just ignore you. Yeah. I mean, but this is the reason I did that video, the other guys, because you run into that. Now, you know, I'm just saying to him, like, hey, you don't have to, we're not asking you to hang out with us and all that and be best friends or anything. But damn it, I'm standing right in front of you and I wave to you. The wife and daughter, they happy as a lot. They want him to acknowledge us, like, yeah, there's some more black guys. This silver-headed bastard never, he looked up and put his face right back into the damn menu like that's the most interesting menu he's ever seen in his life. And I was like, man, you know, it's a damn shame. But he'll regret that if he stays over here because you're going to need people, brother. You're going to need people. You can't stay on the outside too long. That Tagalog and that Bisaya and the Longo is going to beat you up over here. You listening to that day in and day out in the broken English. And nobody's going to talk to you in English. He's going to say, man, I wish I would have talked to that brother. But yeah, everybody, take care. Stay safe. Stay COVID-free. I'll see y'all next time. But thank you, Malcolm McNiverson.
Real Ninja
We're going to do that.
Boots on the ground.
Bring in your Filipino wife or girlfriend home to America. Well,
Boots on the ground. It's the real Nitty-Gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real Nitty-Gritty. Boots on the ground.
yeah, this guy, he never even acknowledged us. He looked right at us like we were invisible. Yeah. I'd like to hook up with him. Just have him reach out to me, but we'll definitely be there Friday. But yeah, this guy, he didn't even acknowledge us, man. And I'm glad I had Spurgeon there as a witness. Because I told Spurgeon, I said, you see, that's why I made that video. I know people are going to say, oh, he didn't have no obligation. No, he didn't. But at least, what's that going to do? 8,000 miles from home. And this was an American. This wasn't an African. Okay? Because I know Africans, they kind of, you know, differential to black people. We don't have a whole lot in common. But this was a brother from America. His wife really wanted us to acknowledge. He wanted them to acknowledge it, you know. So take care, everybody. I'll see y'all next time.